In today's video, I want to answer some of the most common questions people usually have about the palm leaves and the palm leaf reading process. And the first common question is, does everybody have a palm leaf? And the answer is no. So first of all, no one knows how many palm leaves exist. The estimates are between 10 million to 50 million, maybe even 100 million palm leaves, but definitely not everybody has a palm leaf. Also, not everybody will have the right karma to even hear about the palm leaves. And then of those people who hear about the palm leaves, only a few will have the right karma to take them serious, to understand their significance on our spiritual path. And of these, only some have the karma to feel a very clear impulse to find their palm leaves, to search for it. And usually it's these people who will have a palm leaf written and it's already predicted when they will come to have their palm leaf reading. Can someone have more than one palm leaf? And the answer is yes. There are many palm leaf libraries in India. No one really knows how many there are. And it's possible to have multiple copies of someone's palm leaf stored in different libraries. And it's also likely that someone has palm leaves written by different Rishis, so by different authors. The main Rishi who wrote the palm leaves is Sri Agastya, but there are also other Rishis who wrote the palm leaves. For example, Brigu or Bohar. And so once you had your first palm leaf reading, let's say from the Rishi Agastya, you can search for other leaves written for you by the different Rishis. So the answer is yes, you can have more than one palm leaf. Where are the palm leaf libraries? So the palm leaf libraries are located all over India, but mainly in the south of India in the state of Tamil Nadu. That's where the palm leaves originated, and then they were taken to many different places. They were manually copied by hand, different libraries were being established, but most of them are originating from Tamil Nadu. And there are even a few small libraries located in Sri Lanka and in Bali as well. Also, we need to differentiate between the library, where the leaves are stored, and the palm leaf readers, which are actually two different institutions. When you go to search your palm leaf, you would go to a palm leaf reader who will then, based on your thumbprint pattern, go to a library and find the right bundles that fit to your thumbprint. These libraries are not centralized, so it's a very decentralized system. That's also why no one knows how many libraries there are, but especially in Tamil Nadu, you will find them much more frequently. Also, know that when you feel a calling to find your palm leaf, you will be magically guided to exactly the right place, maybe a physical location or an online service like My Palm Leaf, to help you to find your palm leaf in the right library. So, is it better to come to India to visit a palm leaf library in person? The answer will be different for everybody. Of course, if you go to a palm leaf library in India, you have this whole mystical experience of this magical country of India around you. And it somehow makes the entire experience more of a pilgrimage, that you go to the place with all the hardships of India, the pollution, the heat, the intensity, and then you go to find your palm leaf. But be aware, while the palm leaf libraries in India have this precious knowledge to how to read the palm leaves, only very few are able to communicate the content clearly in English to a Western mindset. And that's where services like My Palm Leaf come in. Because we put the whole process online. It's happening in a Zoom reading. Of course, it's not the same like a pilgrimage to India, but we made it as easily understandable as possible for you. We explain the entire process, and we work with a library who communicates in clear English and brings the message across as clearly as possible. Of course, there is still a cultural difference and a strong Indian accent, but compared to the majority of libraries in India, it's a much clearer message and it's much easier to absorb the information. So it's up to you to decide if you want to go on a pilgrimage to India to find your palm leaf, or if you just want a clear, direct access, have the reading online and be taken by the hand and have the entire process explained. It's up to you to decide. So how long does the reading take? Usually the readings that are happening with us, with My Palm Leaf, take about 2 to 3 hours, including the matching process. The matching process is when the leaf is identified from a bundle of palm leaves. In these 2 to 3 hours, we identify the palm leaf, you have the reading of the general chapter, which is a summary of your life from the moment of the reading for the rest of your life. And there's also the chapter about the remedies. The remedies is a very important part of the palm leaf reading. They are recommendations how to clean and transform certain karmic blockages in your life. And this overall process of the identification, the general chapter reading and the remedy chapter reading, plus all the explanations that you receive from our moderator, usually takes minimum 2, maximum 3 to 3.5 hours. Will I be told when I will die? This is obviously a very common and important question, because death is a very sensitive topic. And the answer is maybe, yes and no. In the palm leaf reading, in the reading of the general chapter, you will be told certain time periods when it's possible or likely that you might leave your physical body. But in the reading it also says what you can do to extend your life period if it's possible, especially through the remedies, the recommendation how to transform and improve karma. So yes, there are certain time periods which can be mentioned. For example, from the age to 78 to 81, it's possible that you might leave your physical body. But then it might also say, if you apply these remedies and if you accumulate a lot of good karma, you might extend your life period up to the age of 89, as an example. But there is also a chapter that speaks specifically about the circumstances and the moment of death. And in this chapter, you can, if you want to, receive more detailed information about this very important transition when we leave our physical body. But don't worry, if you don't want to hear about it, you will not be told a specific moment when you will die in this lifetime. Why do I need to send a thumbprint? In the palm leaf libraries, the palm leaf bundles are organized according to thumbprint patterns. So while every thumbprint is unique, there are actually, according to the legends, 108 different thumbprint categories under which every thumbprint falls. And these categories have specific individual names. They also have an energetic meaning. So often, based on the thumbprint, the palm leaf reader can already recognize certain karmic patterns in our life or karmic blockages. So when you send your thumbprint, the palm leaf reader goes to the library, and based on that thumbprint and other details like your gender and country of birth, he searches bundles of palm leaves which fit to your thumbprint pattern. And then in the reading process, in a video call, we go with you through this bundle of palm leaves and hopefully identify your personal palm leaf. Your thumbprint is only used for that purpose and will not be given to anyone else. Don't worry, the data is very safe with us. It's only used for the purpose of identifying your palm leaf. Will everything that is written in the palm leaf become true? That's a very good question and important to understand the process of the palm leaf reading. So the purpose of the palm leaves is not that everything that is written in the palm leaf becomes reality, but the purpose of the palm leaves is to help you to transform and purify your karma and to live the most fulfilling version of your own life. That means not everything that is written in the palm leaf is written in stone, but it's the most likely future based on your karma and your energy on the day of the reading. But as I said, the purpose of the palm leaves is for you to change your karma, both through the remedies, but also through the process of the palm leaf reading itself, which is basically a process that connects you with this dimension of the Rishis, the authors of the palm leaves. And through this connection, through their blessings, through their support, you will already change certain karmic patterns in your life, which will bring a different inner and outer reality. So through that, your karma might change, and it's usually for the better. That's why it's possible that if 1 year or 2 years after your first palm leaf reading, you have either a chapter reading or a second reading from a different Rishi, it might have slightly different content because you have changed your karma already. So, I repeat again, not everything that's written in the leaf will become reality, or a lot of it will become true, but the palm leaves are a tool to help you to change karma and to live the most fulfilling version of your own life. Why did the Rishis write the palm leaves? According to the legends, the Rishis were not ordinary human beings, but timeless masters that are here to support humanity. especially in these very challenging times that our Earth and humanity in general is going through right now. In the Indian tradition, this is called Kali Yuga, or the Dark Age, where the level of consciousness of humanity is diminished. Of course, this sounds like bad news, but the night is the darkest just before dawn. So, according to the legends, after this dark age of Kali Yuga, we're going to entering into a phase that is called the Golden Age, where consciousness is going to blossom, the heart is going to open. We're going to come together as humanity and co-create this world in a way that we all deep inside know is possible, that we look very different from how it looks today. And the palm leaves are one tool to help us to connect with these timeless masters, the Rishis, to receive their blessing, to bring their guidance into our life, to transform our karma, and therefore to open a space inside of us to prepare for this coming time of the blossoming of consciousness, the opening of the heart, the golden age that's hopefully going to arrive on this earth very soon. This is why the Rishis wrote the palm leaves, because they could already see that humanity would need this help as we're going through these challenging times. And I'm very grateful that they did, and in our work I can feel it on a daily basis, how this blessing is helping to improve people's lives, both on an individual basis, but also as a collective humanity. How long does it take until I can have my palm leaf reading? So once you book the reading and send us your thumbprint, we can usually already schedule an appointment within 2 to 3 weeks. You can choose between different available time slots, and then you can have the reading in a video call accompanied by one of our moderators or translators within 2 to 3 weeks after we receive your thumbprint.